What is up, guys? Hope all is good. So, just on my way to Toronto now to attend this event for a ribbon cutting event. It's for the remix project. This is for the creative and digital arts for kids and youth, and to enter the creative, to pretty much nurture their creativity and artistic values and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna head on my way there, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can meet some interesting people, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, check in a bit.
Ooh la la la. Ooh oh, ooh oh. Hey pretty girl, walk in front of me in the sunshine filled alley, looking fine, looking so damn fine. Oh, mysterious girl with the pretty sweet eyes, along with that smile. So girl, would you turn around and take a look at me? Sweet girl, turn your attention to me now. Wanna get to know you personally, so give me a chance to know ya.
Alright guys, just reached here, the remix project, and we got some interesting people in here. Hopefully my fly is closed. Yep. Just go to the washroom quickly. So we just entered the remix project here, and we're gonna go inside right now and see how everything is. It's Joey. It's T-Rex. T-Rex, what's up? I'm just doing a vlog, brother.
Oh, okay,
And
cool.
40.
Bro.
Let's go, man. Yeah, man. Yourself? I gotta get a picture with you guys later on, man, if you don't mind, alright?
Sounds like a plan.
Alright. So we're just gonna enter in right now and see what's happening here. So check this out. Remix project. And let's go inside. So it's pretty lit up here. We got a lot of people. There's going to be a conference center right now. There's the ribbon cutting. The ribbon cutting is going to happen right here. Check this out. Some DJing going on right now. So. What's going on, man?
My man.
Not over the water yet.
Good.
That is sick. So check out this studio right here.
Whoa.
That's awesome, man. So I'm just walking up here. Gonna go to the studio rooms. It's pretty sick here, man. Guys. So check out the studio. I just came in here earlier. Look at that. Got some pretty decent stuff here, man. This is some good stuff. Got some crazy Apollo with the central station. The Apollo audio interface. There's some good stuff here. That's a sound, the vocal booth, the recording booth. That's amazing. Alright, I'm just gonna walk over here. That's the other recording booth right here. See how that goes. Alright.
To be excited about, something to applaud. This is brilliant. I mean, some of you may know me as a reporter on E-Talk and CTV.
Yeah.
But before all that, when it was just an idea, when it was just a dream, I was a big part of the Remix Project, and the Remix Project is a big part of the person I am today, a part of my journey, and I think it's amazing that something, an idea that was just so brilliant, where you had young people who were, you know, a few more steps ahead of the youth that they were mentoring, and they could come together, support each other, but then they could watch us strive as well. So to go from, I guess that was fact check, maybe October 10th, 2006, the first day Remix opened, and that was our former mayor, David Miller, was there that day. And it kind of resembles this, but this place is beautiful though. So I just want to say that it is definitely an honor to have been there on that first day of Remix, and then to be here on this first day of the new Remix. And I'm hoping that with all the magic that we're able to create in the last 20 years, that we'll continue to do that, support each other, pushing ourselves and pushing each other. Make it happen, gang, for life. It's a great honor that I ask you to welcome to the stage Drex and Gavin.
I'm so nervous, it's crazy. Wow, this is just, thank you. Everyone give themselves a round of applause, please. It's just so incredible to see everyone step up and contribute to this community, and this really isn't about Gavin and myself. This is really all about us and this community that has been built organically over the past 20 years. And I just want to say thank you to everyone for contributing, and it's just been an incredible journey to witness, and I'm just one of the people involved, like everyone else in the audience.
Absolutely, I don't have much more to say other than that. The same thing, community over everything, is a slogan that we've said for a long time, but we really honestly try to live it, breathe it, and move through the world practicing that philosophy. I said on Instagram, and it's the realest thing I could say, like, this room is literally a room with blinking lights without the people in it. So as much as it feels cliche, we say these things because it's real, it's honest. Like, this literally is made up of all the people that have put in their time, their love, their work, and sacrifices over the years. It's been a long journey, a lot of ups and downs, and you know, we celebrate the victories and we celebrate these successes, but we also recognize, like, the real hours and work that countless individuals across the city of Toronto, Chicago, and internationally now have really put in. So definitely.
Yes. I mean, it's been a dream of ours to have a space that we could call home permanently. Everyone knows the journey that we've been through with, you know, having a building, the building being knocked down, and renting new space, and, you know, having issues with noise and the landlords and all those struggles. And it's just really incredible to own our first facility as an organization, as a charity, to build equity, to be in this specific location is just a blessing. And again, hats off to everyone here, because it's all because of you guys that it's possible. So thank you very much.
The last thing I'll say is, I think when we got started, a lot of people understood us as trying to create a safe space or a place for people to just get away from the streets, or to, a lot of people would say even like, oh, they're just goofing around or they're messing around. And I just want to also say thank you to all the people that believed in themselves for the last 20 years and have helped really turn the city around in an incredible way. We didn't really have an urban music industry for many different reasons, but it comes now where we've become a world-class city and we've become recognized internationally as global leaders. And that reality comes from people's belief in themselves. That comes from the place where people have recognized where they deserve to be and how they've stepped into it. And so I would just continue to encourage people to do that as we move forward, is just recognize that greatness, because Toronto really is a world-class city. We really are being looked at around the world as an example, not just for our music, but for the way that we care for each other, the way we look out for each other. One of the most touching things to me over the last how many years that we've done this work was being in Chicago, and some of our brothers and sisters in Chicago being like, the realest thing that Remix ever did was just teach us how to move. And what it did was it taught us how to be cool with each other. And there's a lot of divisions, you know, in the city, whether they be economic, whether they be class, whether they be race, religion, whether they be neighborhoods and territorial. but we know that we're stronger as a whole. And I think this is proof positive of that. And again, like, this is the reality that we all share and that we sit here today.
That's pretty much it.
The last thing I'll say real quick is that my partner Drex is often a very, very humble person. He hides out. I get a lot of credit, but this entire campaign has been spearheaded and led by him. And I really want to acknowledge that for a second, because this man has put in tireless work, his own money, his equity. And while all of us have spent so much time in this, and we all deserve this round of applause, and we all deserve, you know, this moment in this day, I just want to acknowledge Drex on that level.
Driven vision come to fruition. At this time, please welcome Marco Mendocino, Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of Infrastructure and Communities, to the stage to share a few words, and he's got a great sweater on.
Not letting no Game 5 get me down. Are we keeping the faith? Gonna win it in 6. I'm so excited to be here today on behalf of the Government of Canada and all my caucus colleagues in the Toronto area. A day like today doesn't happen by itself. It happens with great people, and I want to give it up one more time to the founders, the co-founders, Drex and Gavin, but also the team that surrounds you, the team that's here every day, Anna Lee and all of the staff and the volunteers. We've got some great partners like Universal and Sony. And I want to acknowledge the mayor of this great town, Mayor John Tory. I'm very passionate about the arts. I'm passionate about culture and music. And you know, life can get a little bit crazy sometimes, especially in the world of politics, you may have noticed on occasion. But like so many of you, I retreat to music. And when you need to get out of that noise, just shut it off and put the earphones on, or get creative and turn it up to 11. It all starts with space, as somebody said to me. And this space is inspiring in that way. It's about the vision of the Remix Project, which is about bringing young people together, no matter what their background, from many different walks of life. And what better place to do that than right here in the city of Toronto? You know, they come together, they can collaborate, you can be creative, whether it's through music, or whether it's through the spoken word, or all kinds of new forms of art, which are right at the leading edge, the cutting edge, right here in this great town of Toronto. And that's why, you know, when you look at some of the people who have come out of this project already, people like Jesse, people like Mustafa, people like Wonder Girl. I mean, it's so amazing to see how they reveal a little bit about themselves, but how they also say more about our society, about our great country, Canada. And that's why the Canadian government is here, to be a partner with the arts, with the culture. So we are kicking in $320,000 in this space, so not only you can support the current people in it. Is that a sound effect? You timed that perfectly. You timed that perfectly. But serious folks, it's great to be here. It's great to partner with the Remix Project. It's great to partner with Daniels. It's great to partner with all of you, because not only we got great young people coming up now, but many generations to come. Raps and Six. Thank you very much.
And so, when you live in the best city in the entire world, the city of Toronto, it's important that one of your champions happens to be the mayor of Toronto. And without that support, for many years, we wouldn't have been able to do the things that we've done, and of course, making this purchase here today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage His Worship Mayor John Tory.
Good morning, and I will join my colleague Marco. I'm not wearing my Raptors jacket today because you have to give it a bit of a rest. And I thought maybe the event would be outside, and I'll talk about that patio out there in a moment. And I was worried that while I know the thing is waterproof because I've been out in Jurassic Park with the fans and it's held the water off, I've been worried every time I've been in the sun that it might light itself on fire. Given the material, which I think they used to make couches out of, and then they started to make jackets. But it's Raptors in 6, you know, as Marco said. May I also comment on the patio? I came here when before the construction had started, just to see the space, because I had the chance, actually, you know, even though Remix is a Toronto-born and something we're very proud of, Toronto-born, I had a chance to see Remix in Chicago, open and full of people in their new premises, and that was something I was very proud of, by the way, because I saw the hope and the self-confidence and the joy in the eyes and in the faces of the kids who were in there, you know, doing things that allowed their creative selves to show through. And anyway, I came here because I was so happy that Remix was going to have a permanent home and saw this patio, and asked at the time, and I still had an answer as to whether I could possibly establish it as a mayor's summer office to attend very important business on the waterfront. I say to Drex and Gavin if I could redo that request. I could kind of hide out here, and I won't complain about the noise, I promise. This Remix project, this creation of these two, and who are the first to say, and they're right, that they've had a great team working with them all the time, is at the very essence of what we have to do to build and maintain a strong city, as my colleagues Marco and the Minister have said. Because it brings together the two things that are going to be most fundamental, I think, to the success of this city going forward. Maybe three. One is the young people who are the future of the city. And there are some who, as Michael said, have lost their way, or who just need a little bit of support, or a little bit of that self-confidence or hope, and it answers that. Secondly is creativity. What is going to keep this city on top is respect for creativity, recognition on the part of people around the world that we are a place, a hub of innovation and creativity. And that doesn't begin and end entirely with music and the arts, but it certainly is focused there. When I went to Austin, because I wanted Toronto to become more of a music city, I went to see if there was a connection between the investment that had taken place there in technology and the music, you know, coming from South by. And I found out that the answer is absolutely 100%. And the degree to which we nurture creativity and artists and music and things like that here is going to have a direct bearing on not just the success of the city having a soul, but the success of the city in terms of attracting investment. And so Remix puts all that together and takes people who sometimes just need that little bit of an opportunity to show what they can do, to show their creativity, to have a safe space, and puts it together with an immense commitment to the arts and to creativity and to culture in our city, together with a lot of private sector and government partners. And I know I sound like a small guy because I think it started at 300 and it went to 250 and it's now down to 200, but you know what? We're all in this together, and that is very significant. You know, one of the things that often is a difficult challenge in this country is to have all the governments work together. And I think it's a testament to the work that Drex and Gavin have done, that all three governments are here with enthusiasm and with money to say we want this to be a success, we want this new home to be something that we can be really proud of and that continues to do its good work. And so in our case, we're very proud and very pleased to continue to support this with $200,000. I want to just say one last thing. I believe that the essence of what is represented here, in terms of its commitment to creativity, in terms of its commitment to young people, in terms of it functioning as a place where we can bring people together and have them feel that they can be everything they want to be, is another indication of Toronto being on the right track in the context of everything else that's going on in the world. You know, in the world, it seems to be a world that's focused more on division and accentuating differences and finding reasons to divide from one another. And I think here we're on the right track where we say, no, we need more places to bring people together, to celebrate creativity, and to give people help and self-confidence. And I think, as Drex said when he was speaking, to help each other and support each other. And I think that's what this place is all about. And I know that I speak for all the residents of the city of Toronto in saying, good luck here. I will await hearing from you in terms of my summer office location. I just need a little corner, maybe with an umbrella so people can't see I'm there. I don't have to have a drink or anything. I'm not into that. I just need a place to work quietly and maybe take in some sun. But good luck to Remix. This is a proven success story, and long may it continue to succeed in the best interest of the greatest city and the greatest country in the world. Thank you.
And everyone, thank you sincerely for being here today. Good afternoon, and I'm so honored. You know, someone said, like, oh, how do you feel today? Like, there's just not enough words. There truly isn't enough words. There's so much excitement, and my heart is literally bursting. And a lot of you that know me personally, I'm quite sensitive, so it's just been tears for the past, good tears and some from stress, but good stress. So I'm just so honored to be here today. Your Worship, Mayor John Tory, Honourable Minister Tabolo, Parliamentary Secretary Mendocino. I just thank you sincerely for being here. It's my privilege to stand before you all today. As you've heard and seen, none of this would be possible without any of you. We are so grateful to the generous partners that have made this space through their financial contributions, but as well as their dedicated time and energy to us. The financial contributions is one thing, but to make this space through your support, our program becomes accessible for years to come. So that's everything. To our government partners, through you, we show working together to create a system and an infrastructure allows for youth to be hopeful and to be credible in creativity. And a lot of the times, creativity doesn't have that stability that an entrepreneurship would look for. And through that system, through that infrastructure together, we've led that example. Mayor John Tory, you have personally championed our work for so many years here in Toronto and in Chicago. But you've also carried the support and the legacy of former Mayor David Miller, and for that we are so grateful. Through the city, not just through your office, but through the different departments of the City of Toronto, through economic development, through the gun and gang violence prevention program, through even our social enterprise. The City of Toronto has long-standing being a real ally to Remix, and we're so grateful. To the Government of Ontario, Minister of Tourism, Culture and Sport, we were talking earlier, and to allow creativity to thrive through young people will only lead to dreams being fulfilled and only lead to more economic opportunity for everyone before them. But we look forward to building with your province and building and appreciate your investment with Remix. The Government of Canada, representing Minister Rodriguez, Seema, and Marco, and also representing the Finance Minister, Bill Morneau. We thank you for recognizing art and business training as it looks present day. Art previously looked a different way, and now art and entrepreneurship go hand in hand. And it's really important that through all levels of government, especially the Government of Canada, that we have that support. So it allows for our young people to really look to the future. We're very grateful. To another program through the Government of Canada, Canadian Heritage, through Maxine and Valerie, Seema, you have been at hand to seeing our space develop and grow, and we look forward for this space to being a real training facility for professional young creatives for many years. Our private sector partners, it really takes different levels to make an organization like this exist. As I travel the world, I'm starting to travel with Remix. I get to talk about the important work that we do, but also I was in Halifax recently, and they're trying to create a hub similar to this, or a community and network similar to ours, and they asked the success of Remix, and how do you really make an organization like this recognizable, credible, and legit for kids also. It takes all these different levels. So it takes government, it takes industry partners, it takes private sector as well. So to our private sector partners, Brad Lamb, through his personal mentorship and hosting our business classes in his offices himself. Brett and Michelle, thank you sincerely for being here, but for the years of support and the ongoing support that we'll continue to have. Through our Family Foundation partners, through Yvette and Moss Katie, thank you sincerely for believing in Remix, for your personal mentorship to our staff and to our leaders, and for believing in what we do. To Gary Slate and the Slate Family Foundation, your business acumen in guidance is one that we learn from genuinely. Thank you for your support, and also for providing opportunities. When you've got a young artist that you're developing, Slate called us and they asked for a photographer, they asked for a videographer, they asked for a graphic designer. It's those types of opportunities that those before the young people have at hand, and like you said, pay it forward. It's really important that we reach down and bring those up before us. So thank you sincerely to the Family Foundations. We look forward to building great partnerships and more exit strategies as we talked about entrepreneurship, education, and employment through Live Nation, through Riley Connor and your team. And we're already getting started and have been with MLSC, with Michael Bartlett and the MLSC Foundation, and the Raptors even hiring our own DJ Killa Kells, who is the Raptors DJ for all of the Jurassic Park home games. Yes, Raptors in 6. We got this, no problem. Thank you sincerely to the MLSC Foundation. There's so many synergies from, you know, the employment opportunities to even the Welcome Toronto Youth Basketball Tournament with OBO. In internships coming in the future, there's just so much opportunity. Raptors 2019 NBA champs. Coming soon.
Alright guys, as you saw, it was pretty sick. I mean, the remix project is really, really amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful thing for, you know, to help support artists. I mean, me as an independent artist, you know, always, you know, was looking for something like this, but, you know, I went the route of actually doing things myself and just trying to make things work. But something like this is really great for independent artists, and, you know, just to teach them and to have them grow the craft and make them grow and learn something about the industry, and, you know, give them some hope. I think that's the main thing. I mean, as you can see from all the whole presentation, I mean, they got like some great people here, you know, as mentors, and I think that's the best thing ever to have happened here in Toronto. And I know Toronto is going to be the biggest music scene ever. I know that for sure. If not, it already is. So, I mean, as you see, this is such a nice space. The studio's on the inside. Everything that's happened on the inside, it's crazy. I mean, from 20 years of work, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, like, that's called persistence. That's called making things work. And I'm really glad this thing is up and running. But anyways, we'll check you back on the inside. I'll probably walk around and see what's happening on the inside, and we'll take you from there.
I want you by my side from now till the end of time. So girl, just turn around and take a look at me.
Hey yo, you want me up, baby girl? Mysterious guy. Them girls sweet like sugar. She move her body just like no other. Nothing so sweet, we can't resist her. You would drive me hard.
Mountain for this girl.
Excuse me, you let me start on fire. Stop up on me, wanna get to know you better. And around me only just to know ya. You drive me hard.
Mountain for this girl.
Excuse me, you let me start on fire.